We are back with more What's Now and continuing the conversation on finances, specifically women and money. Well, I recently spoke with the head of women investments at Fidelity. She has some great information and insight on women and finances, especially right now in 2020.
This year has certainly brought new challenges at every turn, and for many of us, managing our money is somewhere near the top of that list. With just a few weeks left in 2020, this is a perfect time to get your finances in order before we turn the page to what we hope will be a more positive new year. A new study from Fidelity Investments finds that women in particular are ready to do just that. In fact, more than 2/3 say they have become much more engaged in managing their money since the start of the pandemic. Joining us with more insights and tips for getting your finances on track for 2021 is Head of Women Investors at Fidelity, Lorna Kapusta. Thanks for joining the show, Lorna.
Thank you for having me today.
So what has Fidelity's latest research revealed about the pandemic's impact on women?
So we surveyed women and men across the country to understand the impacts on their finances, but also on work and life. So we did learn that 4 in 10 working women who are caregivers are assessing leaving the workforce or reducing hours. And although that's a shocking number, I guess it comes as no surprise as everybody is facing unprecedented challenge and stress, but women in particular. But as you said, there is some good news. 2/3 of women said that they have become much more engaged with their finances and planning for both today and the long term, and that is great news.
That is really good news. What are some of the ways that women are getting more financially engaged?
So there's 2 big things. Number 1, they're shoring up their finances. So that's building up emergency savings as well as taking steps to save and invest for the future. The second, we're seeing a lot more women engage in reading, accessing resources as well as getting help. At Fidelity alone, in Q2, we saw a significant increase in one-to-one planning consultations, specifically for women. In addition, we offer a weekly interactive forum called Women Talk Money. Thousands of women come together across the country to discuss money topics and questions. It's judgment and jargon-free. That audience has grown throughout the year. So women are really looking just to get more educated and keep that conversation going.
Now, many women are either stepping out of the workforce or considering doing so due to different responsibilities at home. So what do they need to be thinking about in terms of their finances?
The first is just making sure before you step out that you assess all of your options and understand the financial implications. So one thing we recommend, we get it, things are, there's a lot of stress and demand on your time, both from work and home, but options that do exist, employer benefits. Many employers are adding new benefits that can help with caregiving and flexibility, so look into those, as well as speak to your manager. I know it's not easy, and many women often don't do it, but now is a great time to ask for the flexibility that you need. If you do determine that you need to step away, that's okay. You can still keep your financial goals on track. Everyone's situation is unique, but there are options to make sure that you continue to save and invest. We recommend just speaking to a financial professional who can help walk through what your options are so you can figure out what's best for you so you can kind of stay on track.
What are some other steps women can be taking now to prepare for the new year and for the future, regardless of what that may bring?
Yeah, so these are steps for women, but I would say for everybody. So the first, as we head into the holidays and the new year, is just to get your arms around your saving and spending. Fidelity recommends the 50-15-5 guideline. It's some quick rules of thumb that can really help you get your arms around that. 50% for essential expenses, 15%, which is you should be aiming to save towards retirement, and 5% for unexpected expenses. Really focused on building up that emergency savings to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses just in case. And that leaves 30%. So that can be for fun, or I like to also think about it as saving more and investing more so you can make your money work as hard as you do. I would also say to make sure to look at those employer benefits. There's a lot of new benefits as well as even financial help that people can be taking advantage from. And I will tell you that Fidelity does offer free financial resources and help. So that's another option if your employer doesn't.
And where can we go for more resources and information?
So hopefully everyone will sign up for Women Talk Money, and that's at fidelity.com/WTM. Or you can just call Fidelity at 1-800-FIDELITY or online at fidelity.com. As I said, free resources and help are available. That's what we're here for.
Well, thank you so much, Lorna, for joining us today here on Park City Television and giving us this important information about women and finances.
Thank you for having me.